Hello. I'm positive that many of you remember that pivotal moment in March of 2020, earlier this year. For me, it was when our 18-year-old daughter came home from her first year in college. She was studying musical theater in New York and came home for spring break only to discover that she wouldn't be going back because of the social distancing rules from the pandemic. She, the tears, the frustration, and I know many of us can recall our emotions during that time. I started selling her immediately on the idea of taking an online musical theater course or joining a virtual musical theater production company. And she slammed me with objections. And I'm a master salesperson and I couldn't overcome her objections. And so I had to step back and recall that I was just getting ready to teach a new course that I developed called Empathetic Listening, or Selling as an Empathetic Listener. And so I started asking her what questions. And I remembered what it was like when I was a freshman in college. And then I could relate to her pain. I could relate to her sadness. And I could relate to her fear. And so I started asking her, what was her best musical theater class? What was it like last summer at the musical theater intensive that she had done? And following the questions, her and I collaborated and came up with a course that she did end up taking in New York at the Conservatory of Dramatic Arts, and which she finished. And what that did was it had me think about, what if during these times we focused on relationships? What if, as we're reimagining, reinventing, and returning, we thought about solutions rather than selling? And what if we took our historical approach to sales, which used to be 20% relationship and 80% selling, and flipped that so that we were spending 80% of our time on relationships and only 20% of our time on solutions. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is how do we attract, connect, and delight our customers by focusing on relationships.